first look at the Delaware-style restart in the main event here for the IMCA Modifieds. Smith will be alone, out on point by himself. Second row, James Bundy is going to get his choice of high or low on the restart. Third place, Kevin Smith will either have to go to the high side or the bottom. Beyond them, all of the even running position cars will have to go to the low side of the racetrack. All the odd number position cars will have to go to the high side. So positions 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. will be tucked in down low. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 on back. They will be out to the outside. Gets really intense when you get the full 24-car Survive the 55 modified field here, with as much talent as in that double file line stretches a little ways back, and traffic doesn't take too long to be a thing. As into the pit area goes Harmon. Double file, Delaware style, in behind your leader, Rory Smith. James Bundy in the 57 selected low. Kevin Smith, no relation, up in the high groove. Kevin's brother Rick is in the black and orange 8, who's going to try to sneak down into the very bottom groove to get underneath Bundy. But Kevin wrestles second away from James. So Kevin Smith's got second. Kevin Smith, big move on Rory Smith. Looking for the lead. Smith saw it coming though, drives away. Everybody gets it back up and moving on the restart. The lap's complete. Adam Holtrup has really found some rhythm in the 71 car as he's advanced up to what looks like 5th place. He started deep in this field. Holtrup, middle to high. He's doing the modified version of rim riding as caution flags out. Yellow on the racetrack. And that might be... See, Cole Logan slowed up in front of your leader, Rory Smith, and now Logan up and off the racetrack in the 15 car. Feature winner on the season, Cole Logan. There is debris on the racetrack. Well, let's check in with Eric List. He is down in the pit area. He's got an update for us on Dave Harmon.
Yep, went and talked to Dave Harmon, and when he was trying to refire after spinning out, there was just some flames coming out. So he said he's not sure what the issue was. It's more than likely probably being filled with fuel, and it's just causing a little bit of flame, but he pulled it in just to be safe. So that's what's going on with Dave Harmon.
Thank you, Eric. Harmon's night done. Dave made some good laps tonight, though. It was one of our chaplains from Racer for Christ a couple of weekends ago. Dave is one of the good guys down in the pit area. Always a smile on his face and nice to deal with down there. One of our bright shining lights. So it's Rory Smith, 10 laps into this, 15 left. Kevin Smith put a little scare into him. A huge push to the inside groove on that restart for Kevin. Kevin now gets his choice of lane. He can go low or high. He's going to choose low. That forces James Bundy to the high side. Ben Gunderson, Adam Holtrup sitting in position number 5. Holtrup made a big move up on the outside of this racetrack. Kevin Smith now 6th in the 8W. Zane Miner in the 31, Jeff Westergaard the 66, Jeff Morris in the 52. Our last couple of track champions in the modified division stacked up next to each other in that row and not having an easy time moving forward. Westergaard started 12th, he's up to 8th. Morris has actually backed up a spot, if I remember right, for initial start. Rory Smith starts high, cuts low, green out. See if Bundy's looking for some retribution after getting pinched on the previous start. He's just going to settle in and hang in 3rd for now. Here's Holtrup going way up to the high side. Ben Gunderson thinks he saw a note down low to try to get underneath Bundy, but it is Holtrup through the middle trying to find a run on Cadillac James. And there goes Big Sexy as he's found the middle. The 71 car hooked up in Holland. Those two battle door panel to door panel. They'll trade some sheet metal. Holtrup way up racetrack's going to lose some ground there. Gunderson back to the low side, trying to steal it away from him. Ben Gunderson washes way up racetrack. Adam keeps his foot in it. Zane Miner says 2 spots for 1. I'll take it off the corner, give the position of Miner now in 4th. Zane Miner for 4th. Rick Smith down low. Jeff Westergaard getting involved in that battle. Gunderson pushing forward, trying to get off. It doesn't look like Holtrup as the run gets longer. Kind of losing some strength as Rick Smith into the back of Westergaard. Don Martin got a little piece of that sheet metal going everywhere. Oh boy. Turn number 2. Smith and Westergaard. For a second, I thought we were going to get a showdown at the OK Corral. The back of the 66 torn up. Left rear tire looks flat. And can't see the extent of the damage right now on the 8W. But we know the 66 is going pit side. Look at all the sheet metal and the supports that are torn up on it, as well as they're going to need a left rear tire flop. New tire on, old tire off, coming up for Westergaard. Here's a look at Smith coming down the front straightaway. Right rear has got some cosmetic damage. Front looks okay for now. Big old tire smiley. As the door a little caved in on the 8W, but it's still rolling, tires inflated. That is a massive advantage over the 66 of Westergaard, who now heads to the pits. He's got a good crew back there. Question is, how quick can they get the old tire off and the new one on? Four more laps complete in that exchange. Rory Smith continuing to lead out front of this field. Kevin Smith, James Bundy, 2nd and 3rd. Zane Miner is 4th. And Ben Gunderson in the 5th spot. Adam Holtrup, 6. Jeff Morris, 7. It'll be Blair Shoemaker in the 4D4, 8th. Corey Gordon, 9th in the 21. And Graham Cook, 10th in the 75 as they sit there. Also, we are waiting to see the 66 of Westergaard can get the tire swapped and he can get back onto the racetrack. Time in the work area. We're over halfway. He is no longer available. The car is involved in the caution. Debris was strewn all over the racetrack in that corner. And there he is, Westergaard and the crew. Get the tire changed. Now the question is, how far can he make it back through? And, you know, frankly, some drivers race better when they're a little angry, a little more motivated. See if that plays in here. Jeff, a track champion in the modifieds, feature winner in midgets. Pretty accomplished. See if he's got his head on right here, as he'll have to climb up from the back of the field, and he's got less than half the race left to do it. Two by two, they file in behind Rory Smith, who has controlled this race the whole way. Kevin Smith in the 7 again chooses low. James Bundy up on the high side. They show him 1 to go. Ford Performance Ford Bronco will pull off. Just 11 times left around Skagit Speedway. We measure the track at 0.28 around the middle of it. So if you figure every 4 laps is a mile, give or take, we got just short of 3 miles to go. Smith has been so good so far. Can Rory keep it up? Very similar looking restart to the ones he's done before, and it's worked really well for him. So he gets into corner number 1 with lots of room in between them. This time, Kevin Smith, not as good a start for him, and there goes James Bundy for second. So the Bandito picks 2 back up, and Zane Miner has got third. Bundy 2, Miner 3, Kevin Smith 4, Ben Gunderson 5. Westergaard has already put 3 cars in his rear view. He'll work around the top as he's got a traffic jam in front of him. Something might need to break loose for Westy to get through. It's Graham Cook trying to get around the outside of Brent Morris. Battle for position further up in the field. Second place is under fire going into turn number 1. James Bundy trying to keep Zane Miner from sneaking underneath him. Miner sniffing all around on the back of Bundy. Bundy gets away off the bottom of 4, behind them for 4th and 5th. Smith and Gunderson having a war. Ben Gunderson gets away in turn number 2. Jeff Morris with a look underneath the Kevin Smith car. Smith enters the corner really hard, but has that push in the center that allows the drivers behind him to try to get in. Good racing for 2nd and 3rd. Good racing 4, 5, 6, and 7 all getting after him. And Westergaard has recovered to 8th. Nobody even in the zip code right now, though, of Rory Smith with more than a straightaway on everybody else as we're coming into 4 to go. Miner on Bundy again for 2nd coming out of the corner. Zane tried to back the corner up and power off it. That time didn't work. Sails it into the top. Little counter steer. Bundy comes skeetering across the groove as the caution lights turn on. Yellow flag. Big old debris right in the middle of turn 4. Westergaard lost the rest of that right rear panel. And depending on how they score this, if he's allowed to keep his spot, could be highly beneficial to him as that bunches up the field and gives him a chance to go Delaware style with the rest of the drivers with just 4 left. Rory Smith just wants to see the green, white, and checker. That is it. He has been so good on every start and restart here tonight. Math changes a little this time as Bundy is back to 2nd. Zane Miner will be 3rd. Miner's had a good race. Ben Gunderson 4th. Kevin Smith 5th. Jeff Morris 6th. Adam Holtrop 7. Jeff Westergaard 8. Brent Morris 9. Corey Gordon last car in the top 10. I believe everybody on the lead lap that is still running as well. So every spot is for position. Cone out on the front straightaway. Officiating staff and our scoring, taking a look at the lineup and making sure everybody's in their proper position. Cone restart on the front. They're going to go single file here. So single file with 4 to go. Rory Smith bringing us back to green off the corner. We're underway. Back straight away. Smith getting away from his pursuers. Rory Smith looking good tonight as Zane Miner looping around the outside of Bundy. Bundy battling back down low. Strong run for him tonight. Going door panel to door panel with Miner, trying to keep him at bay. Starting to see some slicked over spots on the racetrack too. Should make for fun in the 410 main as Miner sneaks into second there as we're coming down into the white flag. Miner has got second, time running out. Gunderson going up top, battling for third, and Ben Gunderson almost there as Rory Smith down the back straightaway for the final time. Cream rising to the top. Rory Smith wins in style tonight as he'll take the victory at Skagit Speedway. Zane Miner is second. Third with a car going around at the very end is Kevin Smith. Ben Gunderson got a piece of something as well. It's everybody trying to limp to the finish and knock this one out, but we know your top three will be, as it'll be Smith, Miner, and Bundy. Ben Gunderson stopped here in the front straightaway. Can see him with the camera on, and Ben climbing out of the race car. Good news there. Safety crew making their way to him as he'll take a look. Pulling the receiver radio headset out. All right, your winner, Rory Smith, will go over onto the scale. If the green light comes on, it's a Skagit Speedway win for him. Green light is on. Rory Smith wins tonight. They'll pull into the concrete area where you'll see our tech team go to work with some of the templates and required tools, as there is a chunk of tech that is done every night on these cars in victory lane at the time to make sure that they're within compliance for IMCA rules. Bundy will pull in, and Miner, our runner-up tonight, 31. What a run for him. You can see our team down there get to work. Ricky Poo and Jimmy Dietz and more. Grady Robertson and extras getting down. So tech begins on your winning three in the interim. He is out of the race car. Skagit Speedway, put your hands together. Rory Smith gets the win. Drivers, we need you guys to make your way to the stage here on the front straightaway, please, so we can get trophy ceremonies going. Well, Eric List, this guy ought to be all kinds of happy. In fact, you should have a really happy victory lane here tonight. Rory Smith dominated this race. Zane Miner came from deep, and it's a first podium for James Bundy as a married man. Three great stories, and time to talk about it with our winning three.
Yeah, Caleb, this is going to be a lot of fun. Rory Smith, come hop on up here to the top podium. Wow, you had that race pretty much on cruise control the entire time. What did you find that just allowed you to continue to pull away lap after lap?
I just got to thank this for the setup in the car, Jeff and Brent Morris. They spent some time with me on it. We went through it. Can't thank them enough. I'd like to thank my wife and kids at home, my mom and dad. That one's for you, Mom.
Can you elaborate more on that when you say they worked on you with the setup? What did you guys work on that made that difference?
We just went through the car, found a few things that were wrong. I'm learning too. Every time I come out, I'm getting a little better. So just a combination of all things.
Well, Rory Smith, congratulations. He gets it done tonight at Skagit Speedway. Zane Miner, come on up here for the second spot on the podium. A nice run for you, coming from 10th to 2nd. How did you drive your way through that field so well?
Just put the pedal down and hope we got up front.
That race between you for 2nd and 3rd was a really good battle. What was it like behind the wheel?
He's a good driver, fast car, so it's kind of tough. Just had to wait for the right moment, right time, and luckily we were able to be there.
Well, Zane Miner comes in 2nd, and we'll go on top. James Bundy, who rounds out the podium in 3rd. Well, first podium as a married man. Congratulations. You work hard for that one. What was that race like from your point of view?
That was a tough one. St. Meyer gave me a hell of a run for my money. I seen Adam Holtrip stick his nose in there a couple times. We went to a crate motor and have been out to lunch ever since. And we changed our whole setup, and we threw it all away and put our old stuff back in, and I guess it worked. So we're going to keep on, keep on.
Without giving away all your speed secrets, can you elaborate on what that difference was between your old setup and your new setup? Or, well, I guess your new setup that didn't work and your old setup that did work?
All the suspension, all the springs, everything. We tried what all the fast guys were running, put the old slow guy stuff in. It works.
Well, there you go. It works indeed. James Bundy comes home 3rd tonight in the IMC Modified Division.
I like it. Put all the old slow guy stuff in. James, you did secure the honeymoon, right? Honeymoon in Cabo, is that what I heard? Okay, Bree knows about it, right? Okay, good. I mean, she'd better at this point in time. You just, took 3rd. It's time for her to get hers. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you being here tonight. Nelson Reisner night, First Responders night here at Skagit Speedway. I want to say a big thank you. Andrew Kunis, the voice of the Northern Auto Racing Club, is here today. He's been raising some funds. We're going to have a little hard charger award tonight for the driver that passes the most cars, at least $205 extra in the pocket of the driver who moves the furthest forward in tonight's A main event. There is 5G on the line before tonight's A feature here in the 410 Sprint Cars, Carmart USA 410 Sprints. The night started off with just a very slim point margin between Jason Solwald, your leader, and Trace Starks, your second place driver. Starks made some points up, in fact was back ahead after qualifying tonight and finished further ahead in the heat race. But the main event is the biggest point scoring effort as far as season points go during the night here at Skagit Speedway, and we will see just exactly what Trey and Jason have in their pocket before next weekend's season championship weekend. All 6 of our regular racing division will be in action between Friday and Saturday night. We'll divide them up. 3 of the classes will go on Friday. 3 of the classes will go on Saturday. You can get your tickets in advance, presented by the Skagit Casino Resort at SkagitSpeedway.com right off your phones. And at the end of Saturday night, we will have 6 season champions and the final massive fireworks show of 2025 follow. You never want to miss an opportunity to see fireworks at Skagit Speedway, both on the track and up in the night sky at the end of the evening. Look forward to seeing you here September 19th and 20th, championship weekend for all 6 divisions here at Skagit Speedway. Modified's firing up. You saw the Lele Rotera go up to make some laps around the high side of turns 3 and 4. Jeff Jackson and the track crew, gorgeous looking surface here tonight at Skagit Speedway. They've done a fantastic job with that, giving you guys something awesome to watch racing on, and well done for the Hornets and for the Modifieds tonight as 2 entertaining A main events to get our night up and going. You can see some very interested crews peering along, and that gap between the Skagit Casino Resort and the Les Schwab Tires sign. Everybody kind of watching and seeing how deep he is driving and what that's going to do. By and large, as the night goes on, the sprint cars move further and further up racetrack and kind of knocking down whatever cushion was up there, fluffing it up. As now the Lele Rotera pulls off. Waiting to see. Some of our cars are all staged up and ready to go, but not all of them. They'll roll onto the racetrack in just a minute. Well, we have some more of our first responder videos. Guys who we recorded for during the week and telling us why.
Hi, my name is Logan Poole. I work with Cedar Fire Department. I've been a firefighter here for about 6 months. To me, being a first responder means helping people in a time of need. Most people only call 911 once in their entire life, and I like to be the well-trained personnel showing up on the fire ground when somebody really needs it. I chose to become a firefighter because I am really passionate about high acuity problem solving, as well as helping people and serving a community of people, large or small.
Hi, my name is Christian Tharp. I'm a firefighter EMT with Mount Vernon Fire Department, and I'm driver-operator of 125 ladder truck. What it means to be a first responder to me, I believe it is putting others first before yourself.
30 laps, $5,000 to the winner, with Justin Youngquist on the pole in the 95 and Colton Heath to the outside in the 1C. 21 of Jesse Schlattfeld, 55 of Trey Starks, Tyler Thompson in the 13 and the 21P of Robbie Price. 26 of Eric Fisher in the 18 of Jason Solwald, 17 of Cam Smith and the 7-0 of Colin Mackey. 91 Chase Getz, 9 of Greg Otis. F1 Levi Klatt, 20K Kai Dixon, 51 of Dustin Gehring and the 95R of Dan Reynolds. Nelson Reisner truck pulls off. Ford Performance, Ford Bronco will go in just a little bit as, ladies and gentlemen, the finale of Nelson Reisner First Responders Night is about to get underway. One to go signal given up in the flag stand. Quick estimate, nearly 16,000 horsepower on the track, ready for you to get the blood pumping for you down the back straightaway. Justin Youngquist. Colton Heath into 3. And out of corner number 4. Green flag, we go racing. Big slide into 1. Youngquist got the car turned really early, but smooth up and around the top was Heath as Heath streaks to the early lead. Schlattfeld digging down low. Wheel stand off the corner as Starks coming after him on the high side. Trey Starks and Jesse Schlattfeld battle for third. Starks gets the air on the wing, comes down, takes the line away from Jesse across the nose. Car gets a little loose. He gathers it back together as he's pursuing down to the bottom of 1 and 2. Starks a little bit better up on the cushion through that corner. He'll get away and start pursuing Justin Youngquist, who's gone up top and trying to run down Colton Heath. Heath has been really strong this year, and especially from about mid-season on. Colton, when he gets rhythm and finds his program, tough to beat here. Trey Starks looking to the low side on Youngquist for second. Youngquist still hammering the high side. Top getting a little further up around in 1 and 2 as that cushion pushed really early. Justin rotating the car early in turns 3 and 4 and running downhill. Starks trying to use half a groove up off the bottom through each corner here. Not quite on the low side, not up nearly enough to be considered middle, to the point where he is showing the nose to Justin. But Youngquist has enough speed coming off the high groove to hold after it. We got a traffic jam. 3 cars together up at the top of turn number 3, and the yellow flag will come out. Smith's 17, Getz's 91, and the F1 of Klatt, the 3 up there. Six laps ticked by really fast in that A main event. You saw Klatt wander down and, I don't know, roll away to the bottom of the racetrack. He is just kind of hanging out over there. Getz, meanwhile, that nose looks buried. Right side suspension kind of in the dirt. And the 17 of Smith. Hard to tell the extent of damage right now. Eric List has wandered over into the general area, and his microphone is live whenever he's ready to update us as he's trying to get a quick look at any of the cars over there. And Eric, whenever you can give us something, you are live and ready to go.
Yeah, Caleb, playing the fine balance between seeing what's going on but also being ready to work. And I can tell you, the Getz team has seen that he's going to need a new right front, and that's flat, so they're prepped and ready to go. Now you can see Klatt up onto the berm, his team is waiting. They don't have anything major. They've got a front tire there as well. So we're going to do some changes. We'll be walking back and forth, and I'll keep you updated up there.
Eric List, our man on the scene. And we're going to red flag this. Got a lot of cars kind of strewn about over in that side. Left front tire down on the Klatt car. I believe part of this was because we had so many of the lanes blocked over in that corner. It was simpler to stop the race rather than try to keep circling them through. Boy, the Getz car really kind of rolling better than I thought it would be. So we get the Carson Guffey shot of him on the YouTube feed and up on the big board. Klatt into the work area. Smith into the work area. Getz, you know they're going to have to look at that right front. And
so, Caleb, it's just a turn, put some turns into the left rear for Cam Smith and crew. They looked at car, appears to be all right. You can see Klatt's going to quickly go to work to change that left front tire. You got to get it off, which they've got, but roll the fresh left front right on, and they'll be ready to go. It's going to be the same thing for Getz, but instead of the left front tire, it'll be the right front tire. Crew going to go to work, get that mud cover off that's on the right side of the car, and quickly they'll get that one going. You can see Cam Smith getting ready to push, so would imagine he'll be able to join the field no issues. So tire's still going to go on for the right front of Getz. We'll walk back over to Klatt. We've got standing by, and you can see they're just putting the final few bolts on the left front for Klatt, but they're saying they're done. So the night over for the F1 of Levi Klatt. So they changed the front axle is indeed bent. The 1F Levi Klatt, his night over, unfortunately. So right front is on for Getz. They go back to the right rear. Or they're putting some turns. Making just a slight adjustment. Other than that, they're checking everything else. They're good for Getz to push off. So Klatt's done, but other than that, Getz and Smith both able to rejoin the field.
all right. So F1 done. Smith back. Getz waiting on a push. Colton Heath has led 1 through 6 so far. Justin Youngquist second. We've been watching him and Trey Stark's battle with Jesse Schlockfelt kind of lingering and Robbie Price in the 5th spot. Battle up front has been good. Chase Getz refires. Tyler Thompson in the 13 started 6th. Sitting about that same spot right now. Car's being told, all right, gas her up, get back up to that pace truck and get up on it. Single file restart coming up in the interstate battery's outrageously dependable restart zone. We told you the rules of it earlier. Beginning of the green paint will be the earliest that Colton Heath can get back on the hammer. Colton Heath will get into position, and it sounds like we're trying to go lights out, and pace truck in on the back straightaway this next time by. Thompson 6, Solwald 7, Fisher 8, Mackey 9, and Otis 10. All the cars that went to the work area have to go to the back of the field, so Getz trying to fade his way to the back of the pack. And a couple other drivers changing position. All right. And Getz and Smith trying to debate who's going to be ahead of the other. So we'll wait on the call between the 17 and the 91 at the back of the field, and then we will get the main event back up and moving. Well, Ford Performance Ford Bronco is off. Heath will bring us back to green flag. It's right at the end of the Ford sign, or the beginning of the Ford sign, depending on how you want to look at it. He goes super quick. Youngquist follows, Starks in third. Stark's going to have to hold off Jesse Schlotfeld. Shows him a wheel going down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Youngquist showed a wheel to Heath for a second as well. As Colton up top, Justin through the middle. Car bounces a little bit, but maintains speed. That's the key part here. As Stark's trying to surge and roll back up to Youngquist. Stark's down on the low side. Youngquist, little tire spin off the cushion. Comes down to throw the big old block on Trey, but gets up, over unbalanced, and it's going to lose a couple of spots as Trey gets by and Schlotfeld gets by. Aggressive move by Jesse Schlotfeld to take third away and stick with Trey Starks as they move down the back straightaway. Third of the race down. Heath leads. Starks trying to run him down. Schlotfeld, Youngquist, and Price. Price has had to fend off some bids from Tyler Thompson here. Thompson hasn't been able to get him quite yet. Race leader is coming into slower traffic. Dan Reynolds trying to hold the bottom of the speedway as Heath blistering up and around the top still. Heath up and around the high side. Down the hatch goes Reynolds a lap down. Gehring's up next. Gehring holds position. Heath, easy drive up and around. It's exactly what your leader wants to see is the cars he's coming up on just maintaining the groove that they're racing in. Starks now starts to deal with the slower traffic in Reynolds. Schlotfeld trying to use the opportunity to close as they'll both get up and around Reynolds. Now both of them trying to get up and around Gehring. Starks moves back to the bottom of 3 and 4. He's been better down there. And Schlotfeld throwing the big run at him in the bottom of 1 and 2. Can't make anything happen. Took a second for Heath to get up and around the 17 of Smith. That brought Starks and Schlotfeld closer. Caution lights. Yellow flag, Tyler Thompson slowing and pulling in on the back straightaway and into the pits with a shredded right rear tire. He is going to be given time if he wants to take it, as it is before halfway here. Push truck getting in behind him. So 6th place, Tyler Thompson, now off raceway. See that car bouncing through the pit area. And here comes the Lemley and Needham crew. The Lemley and Needham crew jumping into action with a lot of helpers down there getting ready to swap over the right rear tire, and we're on the scene to give you an update.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things you mentioned in sprint car racing is how many crews and crew members come over. You see Hunter Brady, the crew chief, with Jesse Schlotfeld. He's the one working the rear wrench and getting that tire off. They're lucky they're not at the halfway point yet. They're one lap before, so the crew is guaranteed time to get this change in. The old shredded right rear tire comes off. They're going to put the new right rear tire on. We'll see if they elect to put the bleeder on. And they'll think it back over. Now, they're thinking he ran something over, so. But they'll get that one on. Get him back out, ready to go.
Slight bit of nose wing damage on that car as well. Just a hair. And something is going on with 13 where they're calling her good. So the report quickly from the team is that they're done. See if Eric can follow up and find out what it was. The right rear got replaced relatively quick, but the 13 is not rolling back to action here.
Front wing, Caleb.
Back to green flag action here. Heath, Starks, Schlotfeld. Starks now in that second position, making the bid after Heath on the restart. Robbie Price slides up and takes fourth away. Starks pursuing Colton. Colton's big advantage that he had built up in traffic, all gone. Trying to redo it in clean air. Car looks really stable up and around the high groove. Starks trying to find that same stability and forward drive for him. Trey's got a little surge through the apex of the corner, whereas it looks like corner exit is better for Colton Heath in the 1C. Schlotfeld still hanging in the third spot. Gets way up and over the cushion. He's going to lose a ton of ground there. See if Robbie Price can roll in that battle. Over halfway, 18 down, 12 to go. Leader sniffing around to the back of the field once again. So we're down to 11 left. Track's got some spots that are slicking off, specifically up at the top. Around turn 3, you can see that blacked over, sealed over groove up there. 1 and 2 holding up a lot nicer. So they'll get around Reynolds, they'll come up on Gehring. Dustin Gehring holds his line down on the bottom. Heath up and by him. Starks not letting him get away. Schlotfeld has built his rhythm back up, and Jesse Schlotfeld's really closing that gap back up. Schlotfeld shooting just a hair lower, getting into 3 and 4, and he's having a way better corner as Starks went to the low side 1 and 2. Here's Schlotfeld for second. Up behind him, bounces off the cushion, diamonds the corner, arcs it off down low, can't make the pass. To the bottom of 1 and 2 for Jesse. Slides through, middle can't catch him. Starks is closing up on Heath. To the low side, Starks in the bid for the lead off of 4. Heath with 24 down and 6 to go. Did he see Trey down there? Slides himself, getting to the cushion. Big run from Starks down the back straightaway. Starks to the low side of 3 and 4. Holds the groove, hammers down. Heath has it, but he's got to know that Trey's down low. Trey will follow him up and around the top as Schlotfeld getting right in there as well. 2 cars racing in front of him for position. 5 laps left in this one. Off the middle goes Starks up the high side. Colton does the lead change. It does. Trey Starks the leader on lap 26. Cheats his way to the cushion, slides in front of Heath. Heath trying to get it back. Comes through the middle and up and around the top, but Trey's got the bottom, and he hits his mark. Slides up top. Here comes Colton. Tries to get down low. Shows him a tire. In through the corner. Heath trying to retake the lead on the 28th lap. Down the back straightaway. Heath's ahead. Up on the high side is Starks. Schlotfeld right there. Price closing in as well. Down to lap 28. 2 to go. Colton, Heath, Trey Starks, slide job, takes it back, crossover, Heath's got the lead. Here comes Schlotfeld up and around, look out, bad timing, Cam Smith, upside down, red flag out. came off. Saw that. Smith upside down around 3 and 4. Safety crew has made its way to the 17. Colton Heath and Trey Starks parked right next to each other in turn 1. So safety's crew still attending to Cam Smith upside down in turn number 3. Race under red flag conditions with 2 to go. End over end flip for Smith over in the corner. You can see him working to take the wing tree off in the 17. Our safety crew drills and trains on this. They do it regularly through the season as well. Helmet has come off the Camp Smith car. I believe I watched him hand that to one of the safety officials that are down there, as they'll continue to take all precautions with Camp Smith over in corner number 3 in the 17 car. Red flag again with 28 laps in. 2 to go. Part of the accident is what happened over in the corner. There was a wheel that came off the Smith car, and it actually ended up striking the 95 of Justin Youngquist's car. So Eric's going to make a move over into, I want to say Justin's on the front straightaway. just past the flag stand, right the one spot that I cannot see particularly well. And he's bringing Carson with him. So we'll see if he can tell or observe anything. Well, Eric, car versus tire. Car wins so far?
Yeah, Caleb, I would say so far so good for Justin Youngquist. Quickly talked to him. He said, yeah, it felt fine. I mean, he drove it, only a few feet. But for the most, axle looks straight. All the shocks are on, not bent. Radius rods look good. Torsion arms straight. Torsion stops look all right. I imagine.
Have Carson circle around to the right front again.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going. Radius. Okay. Yep. That's just up off the F, right? All right.
Yep.
Yep. All is well. All right.
Yeah. So visually, everything looks okay. Of course, when he continues to potentially drive away, things could change. We'll see if we can grab a quick word with Justin. Justin, you're moving well there through the field to start. If I end up falling back a little bit, you got a few laps remaining. Anything you want to do differently here?
It took me a really long time to find the top. That was the car felt fine in the middle, but everybody in the front's running the top. So just took me a while to get up there for the fuel, to burn off. We're trying some different stuff with the car that I'm not necessarily used to. So getting that feeling back under me. But I don't know. We'll have to go 2 more laps here and see if we can't keep a top 5. So. We'll see what happens. Just got to keep the guys behind us, and if we can't get a couple spots ahead of us, that's what we're trying to do.
Justin Youngquist looking to salvage and hold on to that top 5, and again, visually, his car looks to be all right down here on the front stretch.
Thank you, Eric. Continue to be under red flag conditions for Cam Smith. We're in corner number 4. Safety team continues to work. Appreciate you guys' patience with us here at Skagit Speedway, as again, our safety team is as thorough as we're going to get, following every protocol and precaution we can. Skagit Speedway. Cam Smith is going to take a trip here, but they do have him out of the race car. He can't hear you. Let him hear it. Let him know how much we appreciate all of his efforts, and we've got all of our fingers crossed and put our trust in the medical professionals, that we've got such great medical professionals, much of them in the grandstands here tonight on First Responders Night at Skagit Speedway, and we will cross fingers and put our faith in the guys who know things well for Cam, as he is going to take a ride in the Skagit Speedway ambulance here in just a couple of seconds, as he will load in just a minute. Well, Skagit Speedway next weekend, it's championship weekend, Friday and Saturday night once again, as September 19th and 20th, you will see the 410 sprint cars finish off their season championship. So Cruz getting the Smith car cleared in the corner. We have got our crews, I say crews, for the individual cars have stayed in the infield the entire time, but our camera crew has worked their way over into corner number 1 right now, where Eric List, Carson Guffey, the camera kid, have kind of been zoomed in over in the corner and, I don't know, trying to catch any of the conversation that might be going on between race leader Colton Heath and second place Trey Starks. Guys, you're not on camera at the moment, but what are you seeing?
Yeah, so visually, the cars look good. Carson and I were just kind of looking at the right rear of both Heath and Starks. The track isn't too bad, but there's definitely a couple chunks missing out of both the right rears of Starks and Heath. So other than that, cars are looking good. Tires are looking really good. Just that was kind of the first observation we made, but looks like they're holding up well. There's really been, at least from when I got over here, no communication between the two. We'll go see if we can peek our head in and grab a quick word with Colton Heath. Colton, can we grab a quick word with you, or you locked in? Man, what a battle it's been with you and Trey there. You've got only a few laps left. Without giving anything away, what are you thinking in these last few laps? How do you get it done?
Well, I think I'm going to try and that's going to be the first step. You know, it's just, it's tough right now. It's a long ways around the top, so it's easy to get good runs, and just got to put 2 good laps together and hopefully be standing on the top step.
Well, hopefully we'll be talking soon. Has been running well so far in this A-mean. Trey Starks has been him, and I've been throwing some sliders at him. Trey, you were getting right there. Lap traffic was really getting to be that beneficiary. You're going to sit in the catbird seat on this restart. What do you have to do to make your move? Do you think you have to do it right off that restart?
I think the restart's probably the best shot. I just got to go where he doesn't go, basically, and this is, you know, a really demanding track right now, so just got to drive the shit out of it for the last 2 laps.
Well, Trey Starks will roll off second here. Only a few laps remain. It's 410 A main done.
All right, so if you heard that right, Don't be shocked to see Trey throwing the bonsai kamikaze move here on the restart. Colton knows he's got to put 2 good laps together. Can imagine Stark's trying to come out of left field and surprise him for a second. It's only about a half mile to go, and they'll go really quick, although it will be a back straightaway restart, so it'll be really 2.5 laps to go as they come to her. With 28 down, 2 remaining, and an interstate battery's outrageously dependable. Back straightaway restart en route. Push trucks have begun getting into position for the cars in and around the track. As you guys are exiting the track tonight, if you're heading north to I-5, make sure you use the north exit to the facility. If you're heading south, the south exit to the facility with your car is a vastly better path to go. That'll keep traffic moving quite easily. And you could do us a favor if you could find a garbage can for whatever trash you have in here with us. We'd greatly appreciate it. As we're just a little bit longer from getting this race back up and going. Accident scene is clear. We do have to get the Skagit Speedway ambulance out from the inside and be ready to service and take care of any additional things. So it'll be another minute or 2 before we can get this race up and going. Well, the teams being moved around to the front straightaway here. And part of that, they've been sitting so long that the tires getting cold and shrinking. The tires obviously expand as the air in them warms up. They're now shrinking down, so we want to give everybody a chance to make sure that tire pressure is okay. Plus, again, we do still have to get the ambulance out and ambulance back in and ready. So it'll be another minute or 2. And once Dan Reynolds makes his way all the way around, are anticipating that crews will be let out to the cars. All right, so crews are being let out to the cars. Again, first thing I think everybody's going to check, you're going to see a lot of mud covers coming off those right rears. Fuel where necessary, I imagine just a little splash to make 2.5 laps. You don't want to weigh it down too much. And watch what they're doing with wrenches on the front and the back of the car, jacking weight around and looking at adjustments they can make there. There's a big group of drivers, big group of crew that's worked their way out to both the 1C and the 55. On the 55 of Starks, that looks like a full 5-gallon jug that may have just put in. Eric's got the microphone in hand and will work his way out there once again. Don't be surprised when you do see the cars fire back up if you see them doing a lot of swerving back and forth as well, doing whatever they can to build some heat back in that right rear and make sure that it's going to be at pressure or better when they come back out to it. And there you can see, as you look, the air tank on the 55 car, first checking the level and then putting more in. You can see the air tank again on the 1C too, so those tire air pressures, and especially on a night that got colder, are of extreme importance.
So able to talk to Trey Starks and their crew and pretty much just adding some fuel and doing a quick air pressure. They felt like they were pretty good on fuel, but just want to put in a couple more gallons to be safe, and in case there's anything else, it just gives them that extra little cushion. But other than that, just some air pressure adjustments as well for Trey Starks in the 55. We can look over here. Colton Heath, same thing. Crew making some minor adjustments there on the left rear tire. Now, these cars have a bleeder, so that's usually meant to help regulate these tires, because as this race goes, most tires will continue to grow in air pressure. Those bleeders in, you can set them to a certain PSI that once it hits that PSI, that air will come out. Still, when they've been sitting for this long, it's a good time to come and check and say, hey, maybe we want to make a adjustment and bring it down a little bit. But they do have the bleeders, which when you're running at speed can be a big difference to help keep your car's air pressure level and the same.
All right, Eric, thank you. Chase Getz, you can see him putting the bleeder back in and trying to pop that right rear wheel cover, mud cover, dirt cover, dust cover. What that's doing is it's keeping the clay out from the inside of the wheel so you don't pack it and get a massive vibration on it. And that is held on by either steel bolts or 5 Zeus buttons. Had a run there where wheel covers were coming off a whole bunch and changed the fastener rule on that. That has solved that up. As Getz, looks like all the work on the right rear is finito. Camera angle up on the front straightaway as we get a look at the 95, and work appears to be all done. Doesn't look like the tire that came off did too much damage. Right hand side of the car, looking good. Taking a peek at the left front as well as we go back into the corner. A great battle that was between Heath and Starks. The lead swapped a couple of times there as Starks got Heath for the lead on the 26th lap. He kept it at the line on the 27th. Colton gets him back on lap number 28, and it almost changed hands again, but fortunately the wreck stopped everything before we could get 29 complete. When we go back to action, it'll be Colton Heath, Trey Starks, Jesse Schlopfelt, Robbie Price, and Justin Youngquist, your top 5 on the restart.
Caleb, you mentioned Justin Youngquist just had a chance to catch up with Matt Dines on the 95, and he said, hey, they think everything's all right. You know, they won't know until they reblock it at the end of the night, but kind of what we were thinking, they're thinking the same thing. The 95 visually is looking okay, but he said we'll see what happens when they go back to green for the 95 at Justin Youngquist.
Eric running around down there. Greg Otis having a good night tonight. He's looked good and been awfully racy. He is a veteran, but he is still young to the division, is Otis. Year number 2 for him in the 9 car.
Caleb, standing by here with Colin Mackey. Running right about middle of the pack. Colin, you said you just made a couple changes on your race car. What were you feeling and what were you wanting changed?
Yeah, I was just, set the car up for early and fuel load and having the track has much moisture as it had. As the fuel burns away and the track's kind of going away as well, I wanted to get the ride height in the center of the corner a bit further down, try to get it to hold off harder. So, yeah, just trying to throw something at it and see what we can learn.
Dirty air is so interesting in sprint car racing because clean air is king, but when you get back in that dirty air, it can just be tough. Is this adjustments to kind of help with dirty air, or just really with how you're feeling too?
It's more or less just to help with fuel load. I feel like that the track's so slick that keeping the nose neutral is a good change to keep the dirty air good. Otherwise, yeah, just make sure I'm in clean air the whole time, make sure I keep my wing speed up to keep my grip going, and yeah, like I said, just try to learn as much as I can the next 2 laps.
All about learning for Colin Mackey, coming off a really good run last night at Deming Speedway.
11-time feature winner in 2025 for Colin Mackey at Deming Speedway in 600 action, and picked up a 1200 win last night for the Homewood family. First ever 1200 win for Colin. First 1200 race that I remember for Colin as well. So pretty good night at the track for him, and trying to translate it into good night tonight here in the DeBoer & Sons Oudman family 7 little o. Keep looking at turn 1. They haven't really done anything else over there. There's not much to seek out. I think everything that they were going to do, they have accomplished at this point. Now it's just to get back to action for those 2.5 laps left to go.
Well, just had a chance to chat with Jesse Schlottfeld and crew. They're moving some weight around, but before this race started, I caught up with Hunter Brady, and if you remember back to their heat race, the 21 was smoking pretty heavily. Well, they said they didn't know what the issue was, but they decided to just go and change the entire motor. Well, they also had to go and change the rear brake caliper because that had broke on them too, so then they had to bleed the brakes. So it's been a busy night in the pit area since the heat race for Jesse Schlottfeld, but it's paying off as he's running third here with a couple laps to go.
Well, again, we apologize for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. We do need to, again, get Cam transferred from our ambulance to the medical vehicle that is on its way for him and get that ambulance back inside so we can take proper care of the drivers that still have time to go here. And again, needed to give these drivers a quick open red as well, just to make sure. We appreciate your patience, as our driver safety is of utmost concern to us at Skagit Speedway. Jason Solwald in the 18 has had a very quiet night respectively, but he entered as the points leader here for the weekend for that massive points fund that we've got at the end of the year for the Car-Mart USA 410 Sprint Cars. Eric and Carson working their way down that way to see if any info will be given up at this point in time. Or maybe they'll play it close to the vest. I don't know. Well, Eric, did he share anything, or was it I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you information mode down in the 18 car?
Yeah, Jason Solwald keeping things pretty close to his chest and declining to talk, which is completely fair, and he wants to just continue to focus on the race.
All right. You've got Robbie Price right over to your right, and Robbie on the restart at times was pushing around on Schlottfeld off a really good weekend with Kubota High Limit Racing at the Skagit Nationals, and heck, he's kind of in chill mode with the helmet up on top of the cage at the moment.
Yeah, Robbie, how do you feel this race has been going? You're just kind of sitting here waiting for it to go back green. Did your crew, come and talk, and any changes you want made?
Yeah, I feel like we're decent there. Everybody seems to be the same speed. I kind of ran up on them guys when they got in traffic and started racing each other, but they obviously the red flag came out, so couldn't really capitalize on nothing. Hopefully just have a clean restart and see what happens.
So what are your plans for this final few laps on the restart? Are you just going to get up and go, or do you think, maybe bide your time before and make your move down in one?
I don't know. It's hard telling, not knowing.
Fair enough. Thanks, Rob. So, well, things are getting pretty quiet down here on the front stretch of Skagit Speedway. For the most part, crews are moved away and happy with their cars down here. It's just kind of making those final adjustments or just, hey, planning what you want to do for these final couple laps.
Eric, thank you. Carson, keep on moving down there. If you keep moving, you won't get cold.
Oh, Carson's the farthest thing from cold. He's having a lot of fun. He didn't want to put his jacket on, so he's warm. We're getting him his steps in so that he's not staying cold down here, Caleb.
All tickets are on sale for our Survive the 55 IMCA modified race that finishes the year out. $10,000+ to win for the IMCA modifieds, and we will have the best of the Northwest and from across the country coming to compete with us for that one. It's coming up Friday, September 26th, and Saturday, September 27th. Hopefully you guys will make plans to be here. The last 3 years of the Survive the 55 has been one of the best races of the year. 55 laps with that caliber of modified and that quality of driver is one thing to see, and especially here on this tight quarter mile. We hope you'll join us Friday night. The CG Garage Midgets will be in the house as the sport division. 360 Sprint Cars will be the sport division on Saturday night. It's going to be a great time. Might be a little chilly, so load up on some extra Skagit Speedway swag and come join us Friday night, September 26th, Saturday night, September 27th, here at Skagit Speedway for the Survive the 55. That horn is indicative that we will push cars in 1 minute. 1 minute, the cars will come back to life. As you can see, push trucks have made their way into position. And again, all of our best to Cam Smith and the family, as unfortunately a long red flag over here in corner 3 and 4. Just a couple of laps to go, and we will be thinking hard and sending out, if you're the prayer type, sending out the prayers to Cam Smith in the 17. Hey, check it out. You're on the big screen. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Yeah, you guys are on the big screen too. All right, so let's see. Yeah, big wave. That guy's wearing his sunglasses at night. Way too cool for the room. I like it. That gentleman is on Tinder at the racetrack. I see it. That is 100% happening on that phone. And I'm not going to judge you if you're swiping to the right or swiping to the left. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, you're on the big screen too. In the Seahawk jacket. Wave to the big. There you go. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh, gosh. Then you put that guy on the screen. Hi, that guy. I know you. Older, better-looking version of me. And my grandmother. My grandmother is 84 years old, waving at the big screen right now. Skagit Speedway is 71 years old. That makes my grandmother technically older than dirt. My Christmas present just went away. I want you to know, for your entertainment, I just lost that. That's what happened there. Part of our Skagit Speedway medical crew that's up in the grandstands as well, smiling in the neon vest. Jenny, wave. Concession girls, wave. Hello. Yes, you're stars for a minute. As the engines fire back up. And after this long red flag, we are ready to try to finish this Car-Mart USA A main event off. All right. Well, they are fired up and good to go. Ford Performance Ford Bronco is leading them around. They're up on the pace vehicle. Let's see if we can get this $5,000 to win. A-Main finished off, put away, and get ready for championship weekend next weekend here at Skagit Speedway. Colton, Heath, Trey Starks, Jesse Schlottfeld, Robbie Price, Justin Youngquist, Jason Solwald, Colin Mackey, Eric Fisher, Chase Getz, Greg Otis, Kai Dixon. Great night for Kai. Dustin Gehring, and Dan Reynolds. All right. Pace truck's off. Heath has got to hold off Trey Starks for 2.5 laps, and we heard them over on the corner. Trey thinks the restart's going to be his absolute best opportunity to get it. Let's see if he goes after him in 3 and 4, or if he waits for 1 and 2 to pull the trigger on what could be the race-winning move. Heath's got to be thinking about it. He's just looking for a clean start here, and he's going to go early for the second straight time. He'll go down to the bottom to avoid being slid. Now, does he have enough speed getting into 1 and 2 to hold him off? He goes to the high side there. Starks down low. Starks shows him the wheel. Heath to the cushion. Side by side down the back straightaway. Heath gets back down to the bottom to put the block on. We're down to 1 to go. White flag out. 1/3 of a mile left to decide it. Into corner number 1. He threw. Starks the car length back. 1 more set of corners to decide it. Through 3. Off of 4. In the books for Colton Heath. Trey Starks second. Third to Jesse Schlottfeld. Nine career 410 feature wins for Colton Heath. Took a while to get there, but worth it in the end as Starks pushed him around, but Heath was excellent over those final couple of laps. Green light came on. Colton Heath gets the victory. Trey Starks just a bit short, but should retake the point lead going into championship weekend. And Jesse Schlottfeld, yeoman's effort, in 3rd. We apologize for the late night tonight. We had to do everything we could to take care of Cam. We appreciate you guys working through this with us, as this one is all over, and we get ready for championship weekend. We're back at it next Friday and Saturday night here at Skagit Speedway, and hope you guys will make your plans to be with us. He's out of the car. Colton Heath gets the victory tonight. Strong statement win for the 1C. As he'll go trackside, picks up his baby girl, and they'll come to victory lane in just a second. Starks and Schlottfeld will join him. But we'll go live as for the 9th time in his career, Colton Heath, a 410 feature winner at Skagit Speedway. And Eric, we talked about it off mic, but that was a really impressive last 2.5 laps.
Yeah, Colton, Caleb just said it. You're a multi-time winner, but those last few laps on that restart were about as technically solid as it can get behind the wheel of a sprint car. What did you do to hold Trey off? Because you did everything right, it seemed.
Yeah, you know, I felt like I probably couldn't make enough speed up around the top. I'd probably get too tight. So I just pulled the wing back a little bit and started kind of sliding myself. I don't think I had as good as tire as him at the end, and I didn't really feel like I took off that good, and I just kind of needed to almost just try and be everywhere on the track all at once. So, you know, I don't think we probably had the better car tonight, but we got the job done.
What was the conversation between you and your crew during that open red? Was there anything you were needing, or were you pretty comfortable?
I felt like I needed some stuff that would make me better in certain areas, but I just don't think I would have done the things that I needed. I would have been able to do what I did there at the end. So it was kind of, we just left it. They all pretty much told me not to screw it up. And at the end of the day, I got Leah another win. So it's pretty good.
Anyone you need to thank tonight?
I got to thank Leah Brown. We're putting new carpet in her house this week. Got to thank Mike Brown. He actually pays the bills. But he's believed in me a lot and let me do a lot with his program, so I can't thank him enough. Got to thank Kelly and Cindy, my 360 car owners, for letting me do this. And I got to thank Champs Equipment Rental. He's probably one of my biggest fans, so I got to thank him. And everyone, Alaska West Air, Highline Aviation, RDR, Triple X.
Well, there you go. Colton Heath gets it done tonight here at Skagit Speedway. Well, Trey, I mean, you threw everything you had at him there on that last restart. What did you see from your point of view?
Yeah, he protected basically just right. You know, we were really close off of 2 there, but he had just enough run to kind of take my line away there. So looking back, I probably could have, you know, jumped on the brakes and ripped the top or something and trying to gain another run. It's really hard. You know, you only got 2 laps, so you kind of got to throw everything at him. Yeah, it was a good race. I felt like the cautions didn't really help us. I don't know. We're really good right now, though. It just we were almost there. Colton was really good out front. We had a great racetrack to race on. I mean, that's as wide as it's been all year. So, you know, loving that. So, can't thank everybody at Skagit Speedway enough for putting on a good program for us to come race. Everybody that helps us on our team, my dad, my mom, my brother, my grandpa, my wife, my son Rowan. Slippy was here helping us tonight. Yeah, it was a good night. I hate running second like that. That sucks. But hopefully it was a good race, and we're going back and forth there a little bit. That's really fun, but it's even more fun when you end up on top. So, but we'll take it, move on to next week, and see if we can close out the season strong.
Well, you and I talked about it earlier, and you mentioned it next week. It's really a points battle between you and Jason Solwald. You had said after qualifying you had taken that, I'd imagine. I haven't seen the points yet, but after this, you're back up to the top. But what an interesting and fun battle it's coming down to here to take that spot back and try to reclaim the 410 championship for yourself. Yeah, absolutely. You know, a tight points battle is always good for, you know, everybody. Makes it exciting. At the end of the day, our main focus is, you know, winning races, and usually when, you know, if you do a good job at that, you end up on the good side of the points. So we're just going to do our best, try our best next week to win 2 nights in a row, and if we do that, I feel like we'll be okay in the points. Well, Trey Starks comes home second tonight, but in the big picture, a good points night for him. We'll round it out with Jesse Schlottfeld, who, Jesse, talking to your crew, man, it was a busy and eventful pit area really for you after that heat race, no?
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. I didn't really get to focus how the car felt through that heat race because I was just pretty much watching my oil pressure gauge the whole time. So, no, that was a pretty crappy ordeal, just having to do a motor swap, and the caliper ended up getting ripped off in the heat race too. So, no, it was a night from hell, but rebounded all right. Yeah, I just can't thank my guys enough for busting their ass, and yeah, my dad for letting me come and do this. Everybody's putting so much effort in my program, and yeah, I just definitely can't thank everybody enough.
Hunter was moving some weight around for you there on that open red. What were you telling him, and what were you needing?
We're just kind of bouncing some ideas off of each other. I mean, you know, obviously we don't come here to run third, so we were just kind of we were going a route that we normally wouldn't really go, just kind of trying something. I think I would have been all right if maybe it just wasn't a green-white deal, if I could have got rolling a little bit and maybe get back in lap traffic. But no, I mean, honestly, I can't complain for how the night looked like. It was going there for a little bit. So, yeah, hopefully Cam's all right. You know, that was a pretty nasty crash. Saw a hit happen right in front of me. So, yeah, I hate to see stuff like that. But, yeah, prayers go out to him.
Well, Jesse Schlottfeld rounds out the podium in third. But Colton Heath gets it done tonight. Sorry, Jesse. There you go.
The kids are down in Victory Lane. Trophy Queens make their way down as well. Congratulations, Colton Heath. Trey Starks in second, and Jesse Schlattfeld in third. Championship weekend begins Friday night. Gates open at 5, racing at 7. Hope you guys will make your plans to be here. That'll be it for us here tonight at Skagit Speedway. For Eric List, my name is Caleb Hart. So long, everybody. We will see you Friday night here for the first of 2 nights of championship weekend at Skagit Speedway. And there's about 5 rounds of Canelo versus Crawford left, and it is on in the beer garden. So if you want to watch the rest of the fight, we got it on at the Skagit Speedway Beer Garden. About 5 rounds left of that one. Good night, everybody. See you Friday. My name is Caleb Hart. Goodbye.